Just so we're clear, this absolutely has nothing to do with anybody. The characters we are describing in this episode do not reflect any real life happening situations, scenarios whatsoever. Just a quick disclaimer for you. Okay, let's get started. So there was a time when I actually thought that when a man stood up and fought for me, literally got in a fist fight for another guy for looking at me sideways, saying something less than favorable towards me, that meant he was being a man and he was standing up for me. Now, don't get me wrong. There are still scenarios when that is a necessity, but now I honestly think there's a problem with it when a partner or any other partner expects the other partner to do certain things to prove their loyalty or their love. And I guess that comes with age, maybe maturity, growth, I don't know, but it just seems like sometimes some people just don't grow out of that. But today's episode, we're going to be talking about relationship goals, expectations of what is the right code of conduct when it comes to loyalty, when it comes to expressing your love, and when it comes to showing how you truly feel about your partner. We're going to talk about it, he said, she said type of deal. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Today's episode is brought to you by HD Pro Global, Beauty Career Institute, and Body Med Spa. Definitely visit their website, hdproglobal.com, for more information. And don't forget, if this is your first time on this channel, welcome to Dr. OJ Speaks. Welcome to the month of April, but don't get fooled because, we have amazing content for you this month and beyond. So make sure you subscribe, turn your notification on, and what else? Share, like this video, and drop your comment below on this particular episode on what you think. I don't know. I'll be right back though.
Yeah. Oh no, oh no. She's old, yeah. So many of us got what to say, but we don't have the means, but we can listen, yeah. Things that we sharpen our vision, yeah. Oh yeah. Negativity getting out the way. By listening to us that we bring life, yeah. Plus it's like the voice of an angel, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. That burning like giving joy to the helpless. With it and bringing life to the dream. That's all we, yeah. Ruthie, and Sammy, and she's, oh yeah. Transforming one life at a time. With the best voice that you have. Dr. OJ, keep on speaking for us. You're the voice you want to hear.
Welcome back, guys. My name is Dr. OJ, the Med Spa professor. Welcome back to Dr. OJ Speaks. So what was I talking about in the introduction? Oh, yeah. Relationship goals. He said, she said. So, of course, we're still reeling from the effects and the spillover of the Oscars, the awards show. And, of course, you know that I'm definitely going to jump on it, but not from the perspective that you guys want me to talk about or maybe expecting me to talk about. So, let's get into this conversation. All that happened, but I'm going to try to unpack it from several different perspectives. Let's try and look at the guy's perspective. He was defending his woman. He probably had a mindset that had been programmed into him. This is just my opinion, okay? And you don't need to quote me or believe me, but this is just my perspective. I'm going to throw my 2 cents into the conversation. So yeah, Will Smith, he was having a thought process that made him, this is what I feel. He had been programmed for so many years to react a certain way to scenarios. So many things that happened in that relationship that had probably pushed him over the edge. And that particular one incident that we all witnessed all over the globe is not isolated, even though we want to think that he was isolated. Yes, he struck Chris Rock on the face on a global stage, but do you think that that guy just started to fall apart at the seams at that very moment? We don't really know all what accounts for his behavior. But I can tell you this, that particular act is not isolated. This is a culmination of several different things. I can honestly maybe hypothesize, yes, as a science teacher, I can offer the hypothesis that I feel this guy had been programmed over the years in that relationship, in that marriage, and there's certain expectations that he was trying to live up to. Number one. Number two, another thing that I feel might account for his behavior is the fact that he is under a lot of stress. I don't know whatever the personal issues are that he has with his wife, but I don't really think it is with his wife, even though everybody wants to turn around and blame their relationship. It could have been a personal, stressful time for him, and he just was falling apart. Maybe for the most part, I would even want to hypothesize further to say, Jada might not have even been aware that he would have reacted that way. So this is just me playing devil's advocate, okay? Don't come for me. So just kind of think about it, because when people act a certain way as a society, it's our duty. Well, it's not really our duty. We just kind of get in there to get into the gist and talk about it over and over again. But I feel like as professionals, we need to be able to analyze situations like that to figure out several different things that could be responsible for that kind of behavior and use it as a teachable moment to help other people learn from his experience. Now, that was not such a great experience for him, but I tell you, there's so many amazing lessons for us to learn from. Mental health is a real thing. I'm not a mental health professional. However, I have a master's in psychology, a teacher for several years, working with people, dealing in the position and the capacity of coaching and training people. So I have some knowledge in the area. He honestly exhibited some type of mental breakdown in that very moment. And his lack of ownership to the behavior, him taking ownership of everything that he did and trying to divert the attention to other people, another indication of a mental health issue going on that needs to be addressed. So that's just my thought as far as his behavior. Now let's look at the other side of the relationship with women. So like I said earlier on, there was a time when I thought it was really cool for a guy to stand up for me and physically have an altercation with another man on my behalf. But honestly, right now, I know better. Even except when I am in physical danger, of course, that becomes a necessity. When someone is in physical danger and physical harm, it becomes a necessity to either defend yourself, which we call self-defense, or another person come into your aid to defend you or to protect you. That is the role of a husband, protector, right? He's supposed to protect his wife. But when we talk about the role of a partner as a protector, his protectiveness does not require him. When we talk about mature relationship, it does not require him to get into a fist fight just to prove to you that he loves you. He doesn't have to do that. Honestly, for me in this season in my life, knowing all that I've had to, knowing the things that I know now, because when it comes to relationships, I feel like we minor in the majors and we major in the minors, and I'm going to kind of break that down a little bit. Like, a lot of us have not taken the time to really educate ourselves on what a healthy, functional, profitable, positive, beneficial, do you want me to go on and on? Relationship looks like. Understanding how your partner receives love and giving it to them in that manner. But doing all those extra things, honestly, it is a red flag for relationships, both for the female and both for the male. So I think we need to readdress as a society what our norms are. What are the abnormal norms that we've adopted that have made us twist it around to feel like certain things have to come into play to show that we love somebody. All right, guys, I will be right back, and I'm still going to talk about a few things on this episode: relationship goals, expectations on showing loyalty and integrity. I don't know, but what do you think so far? Let me know. Drop your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe while you do that. I'll be right back. My name is Dr. Oyikosola Jinaru. I'm a beauty professional, med spa operator, franchise owner, and director of education at HD Pro Global Beauty Institute and Body Med Spa. As a mother of 3 boys and immigrant business owner, it is important for me to have a steady and sustainable source of income that transcends economic, government, or public health uncertainties and instability like the global pandemic we are still recovering from. That is why HD Pro Global has created multiple systems that allows my team and I to train, educate, certify, and establish independent med spa operators like us all over the globe. For more information, check out our website to attend a free webinar to get started on your path to continued success no matter what is going on in your part of the world. I cannot wait to meet you. Thank you. So on a final note on this episode, honestly, let me recap what I said in the first half. You know, Will Smith's issue, it's not an isolated issue. He's dealing with a lot of stress. Some of it is mental, and he needs to have it taken care of. People need to understand when a man, especially a black man, in a relationship with a very powerful female, is crying out for help. Now, I'm not saying that his cry for help is about Jada. Don't get me wrong. But his cry for help could be about a whole lot of things that he might not feel empowered enough to share and discuss. And he's acting out by taking out his frustration on a global stage. That is unfortunate, but things still happen. Shit happens. And his inability to own that foolishness and his inability to apologize like a man, another red flag that there is a mental health issue. So honestly, my heart goes out to Will Smith and his family because they do need a lot of help. So that being said, let's rest it there. Now let's bring it back to our general relationship goal perspective. They're not an isolated couple. Whatever dynamics that we want to talk about and criticize Will and Jada about their relationship, it's not something that is isolated. A lot of people out here in these streets be doing all types of mess and having all types of weird expectations. You know, I had to learn this myself. Don't have expectations. And I'm not saying don't have expectations. Of course, when you're going into a relationship, you know exactly what it is you want. But when I talk about not having expectations, setting those really weird, ghetto, fabulous expectations of, oh, my man got to fight for me. Oh, my woman, you know, maybe, I don't know, like all those weird things, or doing twisted things. I don't know, like I don't even have those examples because I don't function in that zip code. Like my brain is not even connecting the dots to those types of foolish behaviors. But bottom line is this, guys. Let us begin to normalize what a healthy relationship needs to look like. Let's normalize understanding the psychological makeup of each partner. How compatible are we? Let's normalize learning our love languages, understanding how we each receive love. That is healthy. Let's normalize being able to work on ourselves, be healthy and whole and complete, and just be okay with understanding when you are not a priority in someone's life, and be okay with it, and being able to recognize when someone is giving you their all and be able to reciprocate it. And when all of these things are not falling into place as they should, let us also normalize finding help for the issue. Honestly, I believe that we can have healthy, sustainable relationships, but I just feel like we all need, especially like my generation, millennials, right? We need to relearn. We need to relearn. We need to start majoring in what really matters and stop majoring in the minors and minoring in the majors. Yes, a lot of us are accomplished, we're successful, we're beautiful, we're handsome, we got it going on and all of those things. But when it comes to human interaction, the emotional intelligence that is required to have healthy, sustainable relationships and build healthy families, we are all sorely lacking. And remember, I said we, including myself in the village people, all of us together, we are all sorely lacking. But for me, this is what I am doing, and I'm going to hopefully suggest delicately that you do the same. I am learning how to function in my relationships in the best way. I'm learning how to show up in those relationships with my best and highest self. I am learning not to put my source of happiness, my source of confidence, my source of whatever makes Dr. O on another person. I am fully responsible for all of those things. And I am learning to bring that 100% human, fabulous individual into that relationship to do what? To serve. I know that seems like like centuries ago. No, but it's still real today. Any relationship you're going into, whether as a man or a woman, understand this. You're not going in there to be catered to. You're not going in there for someone to throw punches for you. You're not going in there for someone to do. You're going in there to serve. And I tell you, that is the only way I believe that we're truly going to have amazing relationship. So what are your relationship goals? That's all I got for you today. Y'all know I had to get my 2 cents in the Will and Jada entanglement saga with Chris Rock. All right. I'm sorry, y'all know I had to do that. All right, don't worry. Until next time, I'm going to bring you another wonderful episode. But let me know what you think on this episode. Let me know what you think, okay? I will be right back. This is Dr. O, and this is Dr. OJ Speaks. Don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification on, and I will see you next time. Meanwhile, quick question. What do y'all think about my new look? But sure, I was doing the G.I. Jane thing, although I'm not going to do baldy. Nah, I did bald in Air Force Girls Military School. 6 years of trauma, short hair. We're not going there again, but what do y'all think about this look? All right, see you guys soon. Bye.